If you intend driving this pass, it's important to watch part 1 first, as it contains the Google Earth orientation clips as well as other important safety and general information. This video starts about halfway up the western ascent at a prominent stone wall signposted as Vanse Afgrond and ends at the summit point called Die Nek. Before the existence of Jouberts Pass, farmers on the other side of the Witteberg had to take a long detour to reach the markets at Lady Grey. A survey was done for the construction of a road from Lady Grey Neck to cross the mountain via the farm Burnett to Girdney. It was estimated that such a road would cost at least between £5,000 and £6,000 sterling. The route we travel today, known as Jouberts Pass, was at the time considered an impossible traverse and only fit for baboons. About 40 years after the initial survey, farmers on the eastern side of the mountain decided that enough was enough and took the matter into their own hands. 7 farmers, of whom 5 had the surname of Joubert, took up their implements and proceeded to construct a wagon road as they saw fit. The others were Stevenson and Clutie. The road was built using only manual labor and farm implements. The most difficult part of the pass, a length of about 10 kilometers, had been constructed for the sum of £1,156 sterling, and the rest of the pass had been built for only £50. The enterprise of this syndicate would take some beating. Once the road had been completed, they ended up with one of the highest mountain passes in South Africa. Considering their lack of engineering skills, these men built a remarkably good mountain pass, which today can even be driven in the smallest of motorcars. The opening ceremony took place on the 17th of December 1914. This was a red-letter day for Lady Grey. A procession of carts and buggies started from Lady Grey Hotel at 8:10 in the morning and reached the summit a little over an hour and a half later. The mayor, Mr. Lilford, addressed the 80-odd guests and formally opened the road under the name of Jouberts Pass. The stone tablet at the summit of the pass credits 5 Jouberts: Gideon, Daniel Francois, Christian de Wet, Gideon Jr. and Johannes Martinus Joubert, plus George Frederick Stevenson and Cornelius Willem Clutie. The initials MP at the bottom of the tablet stand for Moors Pieterse, who also carved many of the headstones in the old cemetery. The next kilometer becomes quite dramatic as the drop-offs to the left become very steep as the valley drops away out of sight. The pass climbs more steeply now towards the summit, reaching a gradient of 1 in 6, so gear down in the rarefied air as the summit is reached at an altitude of 2,234 meters at the 5.6 kilometer point. There's limited space to stop here for 1 or 2 vehicles, and it's often cold and windy as the neck provides a natural funnel for any wind to accelerate through. Expansive views down either side of the pass can be enjoyed from this vantage point. A 2-spur concrete strip road can be seen leading away to the left and out of sight, which is barred by a locked gate. This leads to a Centec tower on the next peak to the north, about 2 kilometers away. If you plan your journey to reach the summit at noon, you'll have good light for photography in both directions, but if you want to photograph Lady Grey from this point, you'll need to be at the summit well before noon. The basin to the east is vast and is crossed by hundreds of streams which keep this valley lush and green. Be sure to watch part 3 of this series on Jouberts Pass, which covers the eastern descent.